Hey, if you're a final year engineering student who wants to get your hands on some seriously cutting edge technology, you're going to want to listen to this. Today, we're diving deep into a pretty rare internship opportunity with one of India's most prestigious organizations. Let's get right into it. Just stop and think about that for a second. This isn't your typical internship where you're just making copies. This is a real chance to be part of the engine that drives India's national security and technological future. And the name behind this whole thing? It's the Defense Research and Development Organization, or as you probably know it, DRDO. This is the government's top agency for military R&D, working right under the Ministry of Defense. So yeah, this is a pretty big deal. So the big question is, who actually gets a shot at this? This first section is the most important filter. It's going to tell you really quickly if you even qualify, so pay close attention. All right, let's talk numbers. For all you mechanical engineers, there are 3 spots up for grabs. Computer science folks, it's a bit more competitive, just 1 spot. Then we've got 2 spots for electronics and another 2 for electrical engineering. And these positions are split between 2 DRDO labs, one in Delhi and the other in Halwani. Now for the things that are absolutely non-negotiable. You have to be a final year student in the 2026-27 batch, and you need to be pursuing either a BE/B.Tech or an ME/M.Tech. And here is the ultimate deal breaker. You cannot, I repeat, cannot have any backlogs. I'm going to say it again, 0 backlogs. This is a really strict requirement, so it's the very first thing you should check.
Okay, so if you made it past that first filter, congratulations. That's a huge step. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of the deal itself, what you actually get, and just as important, what you don't.
First things first, the time commitment. We're talking about a solid 6-month internship. It's scheduled to start around July 1st, 2026, so you're looking at dedicating a full semester to this whole experience. All right, let's talk money. The total stipend for the entire 6-month period is 30,000 rupees. But you don't get it all at once. It's paid out in 2 parts. You'll get 15,000 rupees after you finish the first 3 months, and the final 15,000 when you wrap up the whole thing at the 6-month mark. And here's a key detail you've got to know. To get that stipend and your certificate, you have to show up. We're talking about a minimum attendance of 15 days every single month. They're definitely looking for commitment, and this is how they measure it. So it's really crucial to understand the whole picture here. DRDO won't be covering your housing, your travel, or your food. That's all on you, so you'll have to budget for it. You absolutely have to complete the full 6 months to get the certificate, no leaving early. And let's be super clear, there's no job guarantee waiting for you after this. Finally, be ready for some paperwork. After you get selected, you'll need to get a police verification and a couple of mandatory letters from your college. All right, so you're eligible, you understand the terms, and you're ready to go for it. The next logical question is, how in the world do you actually get selected? Well, let's walk through the path to landing a spot in a DRDO lab. The good news is the selection process is refreshingly simple. It's mainly based on your grades, your academic merit. There is a chance they might conduct an interview, either online or in person, but here's the really interesting part, the tiebreaker. If 2 of you have the exact same marks, preference actually goes to whoever is older. It's a bit unusual for sure, but it's a very clear rule. The application itself is, well, a little old school. It's an offline process. First, you need to download and fill out the official form from the DRDO website. Second, gather up all your documents, Aadhaar, college ID, a Bonafide certificate, and every one of your mark sheets. Third, and this is so important, you have to physically mail the whole package to the DPAS lab in Delhi. That's right, no online submissions here. And you need to listen closely to this part. The deadline for them to receive your application is May 15th, 2026. Since you're sending it by post, you absolutely cannot wait until the last minute. You have to factor in mailing time, so I'd recommend getting this done well in advance. Don't procrastinate on this one. Okay, we have covered a lot of ground, haven't we? Eligibility, the terms, the application process. So what's the big picture here? Let's boil this all down to one final takeaway. When it comes right down to it, what you're really getting is priceless, hands-on experience inside a top-tier national defense lab. You get a basic stipend and a very powerful line item on your resume. But it's so important to remember, it's a 6-month commitment with absolutely no job guarantee at the end. It's all about that R&D exposure. And that really leads us to the final question, the one that only you can answer for yourself. You're going to have to manage all your own living expenses on a pretty modest stipend. So Is the prestige of having DRDO on your CV and the unique experience you'll gain worth that price of admission? That's for you to decide. Thanks for joining us for this breakdown, and we'll see you in the next one.